you so much for being here. My name is Etan Mubarak. I am NIAC's organizing manager. It's info session with a group of great experts. I'm going to just start off with a quick introduction to NIAC for folks who are unfamiliar, and for a bit of context as to why we're meeting today and what we'll be discussing. So NIAC is the oldest and largest Iranian American grassroots civil society organization in the country. We are dedicated to supporting peace, diplomacy, civil rights, human rights, and equitable immigration. And I'm this discussion is extremely important and timely, especially in the aftermath of the 12-day Israel-Iran war, where we've seen the Iranian community, the Iranian American community in the U.S. facing an alarming escalation of ICE targeting. ICE has arrested at least 130 Iranian nationals in the first week after the war, with at least 670 Iranians being held in ICE detention as of last month. More recent sources have cited that 5,840 Iranian nationals remain on ICE's non-detained docket. These arrests are indiscriminate. They don't seem connected to any real security threat and have led to significant fear, concern, anxiety, and harm within the community. These arrests have swept up individuals of all university students. And in Los Angeles, U.S. immigration agents detained 2 Iranian Christian asylum seekers outside their home, prompting criticism from their pastor, Ara Torosian, who stated that they had fled persecution in Iran. Another impacted individual whose story gained traction was 64-year-old Donna Kashanian, who was detained by masked ICE agents in June when she was gardening outside of her home. Donna, who had been living in the United States for 47 years, who was married to an American citizen with whom she shares a daughter, presented no apparent national security threat. And yet, after being ripped apart from her family without warning, she was thankfully released on July 9th, following an outcry from her Louisiana community and intervention on her case from House Majority Leader Steve Scalise. And this shows 2 things. First, that there was never a real threat from Kashanian to begin with, and that outcry from lawmakers and the public can make a huge difference. These recent events, they underscore not only the vulnerability of our community, but also the urgent need for us as individuals to be informed and to protect ourselves and our loved ones in these times of uncertainty and heightened enforcement. And that starts with knowing your rights. Knowing your rights, it's not just empowering, it's absolutely essential right now, regardless of immigration status. Everyone has fundamental rights to due process under the U.S. Constitution in this country. And so today's session will provide a clear overview of the current immigration and civil rights landscape. We'll try to offer practical guidance on how you can assert your rights when interacting with law enforcement and immigration authorities. And we'll discuss the critical role of community advocacy and support systems right now. We'll also explore some of the unique challenges faced by asylum seekers and refugees outside of the United States. So please remember also that while we hope this session equips you with vital information, this does not constitute legal advice. And for questions about your individual situation, we strongly encourage you to consult with a qualified attorney in your state on an individual basis, although we have some wonderful attorneys on our panel today. I will begin with some introductions to our panelists. First, we have Masih Fouladi, who is the executive director of the California Immigrant Policy Center, with a background as a lawyer, community organizer, and policy advocate focused on public affairs, civil rights, and nonprofit leadership. We also have Stephanie G., who is the senior director of U.S. Legal Services at the International Refugee Assistance Project, IRAP, where she leads the U.S. legal team, providing direct services to refugees and immigrants. We also have Amina Fields, who is the immigrant rights senior managing attorney at CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations, Los Angeles. Amina and her family came to the United States from Vietnam as a refugee, and she served 10 years in the United States Air Force. She also holds a Juris Doctor at David A. Clark Law School. And then last but not least, we have Mahsa Khanbabai, who is an immigration attorney with over 20 years of experience in the field and is the founder of Khanbabai Immigration Law. She served as the director of Board of Governors at the American Immigration Lawyers Association and was appointed as the co-chair of the association's Afghan Response Task Force. She was also a part of the legal team and currently represents Rumeysa Ozturk, who she successfully defended and was allowed to remain in the United States after DHS reversed its deportation order of her. So with that, I will like to turn it over to Mahsa as our first presenter to discuss some of the immigration and civil rights landscape at the moment. So thank you, Mahsa.
Thank you, Itan.